Yeah.
Is
Is your name Rajan?
Ronald.
Oh, it says RJON.
Yeah, RJ. Yeah, Argon.
Oh, okay, RJ.
My nickname.
My name's Carmelo. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Just got out.
You know this is an Uber share, right? You chose Uber share.
What does that mean?
That means we might be forced to pick someone else up.
Okay, my dad said it to me, so I don't know.
All right, I got you. Just making you aware. A lot of people do it accidentally or whatever. So your dad probably chose the cheapest option, which is the share. I got you.
Oh no, I'm just glad to be out there.
Were you working or were you out? Like,
Just got out.
oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
So how long were you in?
I was in like 45 days. My first time, this is for birds.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. It was short. What'd you go for?
Like retail theft over 3,000, jail stolen property, retail theft over 750, retail theft over 750.
All grand thefts, yeah. Yeah, I did that shit too.
They give me a PTI for getting the guy.
Yeah, luckily when it happened to me, I was underage. What you doing?
I was just doing that. My little bit there.
You're all good. Yeah, you know it's crazy. I sometimes I get people that just got out that have been gone for a long time,
Yeah.
like a long fucking time, and it is crazy seeing them see the world like the way it is now.
Really?
Yeah, I had a trafficker that was gone for like 14 years. You know, like we didn't have electric vehicles then. We didn't have Uber. We didn't have a lot of shit. You know, the world was different. Hookup culture wasn't a thing. We didn't have 1,000 genders. Like all this shit is fucking crazy to them. You know, and it makes sense to me.
Yeah.
But it is a lot of fun because, you know, I can take them to the best places. They ain't seen nothing like that.
Yeah.
How'd you get caught?
Sting operation.
Oh, no shit.
Co-defendant sold some shit on Facebook Marketplace.
Well, it had to be something that they could track, right?
Well, no, they were trying to find me. They didn't catch me in a store, but my co-defendant sold some shit on Facebook Marketplace, and they knew. They set up a sting. Sold it to them.
What was the thing you sold? Dude, I'm just curious. If you don't want to say it, you don't have to.
No, I'm just saying.
No.
It was an air compressor.
An air compressor? Okay, yeah, they can find that shit. Sorry, I get all kinds of people in the car.
Yeah.
I ask him all kinds of questions. I didn't think about the way that might be sounding to you.
Yeah, I was like,
but no, I got road workers in the car, and I had some road worker questions for them.
Yeah.
I got some people that they work for video game companies that I used to play when I was a kid, so I asked them questions.
Yeah.
I get escorts in the car. They love telling me about their job. I ask them questions.
Yeah.
I get drug dealers in the car. I ask them. You know, I drive them around. I'm like, so what's it like, man? You know, I get people breaking up literal bricks in the car, and they're like, are you cool with this? I'm like, yeah, I don't give a shit. I'm getting money, and I'm not involved.
Yeah.
You know,
You're just a driver.
If we just go to places that aren't safe, like I look like Weird Al Yankovic, so don't get me into any shit.
I'm Weird Al Yankovic.
But no, I like doing shit that I normally wouldn't choose to do because I justify it because I'm a driver.
Yeah.
I mean, I had you know what I mean when I say cholo?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had a cholo tatted from head to toe. Got into an argument with his girl, and his girl went over to the black gang to get banged out.
Ooh.
So and he called an Uber so we could go get her. And I was like, fuck yeah, let's do that shit.
Fuck yeah, let's do that shit.
It was scary as fuck for me. I don't get into those neck of the woods, but I was like, well, whatever. I mean, I want to see it. I want to see this shit.
Yeah.
Plus, he saved me from getting my car stolen.
Really?
Yeah, because he told me, because I helped him out. You know, I did that for him when other Ubers wouldn't. There's a lot of Ubers that don't go to those parts of towns.
Yeah.
He told me when he was on his way out, he was like, a number of my boys, their MO is to steal phone, call Ubers until it says like BMW, Mercedes, Genesis, because you can see what kind of car I have.
Yeah.
And my other car was a Genesis, looked like a Mercedes, expensive car.
Yeah, I know Genesis.
Yeah. And so they get in the car because you're going to let them in because they're,
Uber.
Yeah. And then they're going to take it from you. You know, and there ain't nothing you can do because you're going to put a gun in your back and take your car.
You're like, I'm going to use this little shitbox right here. That shitbox,
So he was like, they tip like $100 on the front end. So you see a big tip, which makes you follow through.
Yeah.
You know? So he's like, when you see that, that's what's happening. And 3 months later, that happened.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
You said, no.
I said yes. I wanted to see that shit. I told you I do dumb shit out here. So I was like, I want to see if it's really a stolen car. So yeah, I went up there, and you know, the guy's trying to get me to. He's trying to still convince me to come. I'm like, I'm coming, dude. But I'm kind of getting scared because I can see where it is, and it's not in a good neighborhood in Pinellas Park, or Pinellas County. So I go up there. It's a neighborhood, you know, like a apartment complex with, you know, junked cars there, no lights, like just trashed. So I see this dude. He's outside. I go to a gas station. He tells me to park at the gas station. So I park in bright fucking lights, like right in the middle of the gas station.
Yeah.
So, and I can see his cell phone signal. It's like where the actual person is.
Yeah.
So I'm at the gas station. I can see his location. So I'm looking in that direction. I can see him. Dark figure in the dark, but I can see his phone light because he's texting me.
Yeah.
And he's like, yo, park on the side of the gas station. I was like, nah, I'm good here. He's like, well, I'm crippled, so, you know, save me from walking. But I can see him. And I'm like, why wouldn't I pick him up there? You know, he wants me to go to a dark as fuck place where there's no cameras and can't be seen. It's a bad neighborhood where they have cameras. The police have cameras in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know, I say I'll start pulling over there. I start moving. He starts walking towards that spot. So then I stop. And he stops. So I'm kind of getting scared. So this guy, I finally am like, all right, well, I'm not going to see anything cool if I don't listen to this guy a little bit. So I go to the side of the building, dark as fuck. He starts walking over.
You should like fucking make like a podcast of this shit.
Yeah, maybe one day I can tell the story or show the story. You know.
Yeah.
I go to the gas station on the side where it's dark as fuck, but I position my car to get out of there, and I have a 5.0, so I'm gonna fucking roar out of there if I need to. So the guy starts coming up. I open the door, and I tell him real quick. I'm like, hey, stop! And he stops immediately. And you don't do that unless you're about to do something wrong. A normal person would be confused at me saying that. So he stopped like he was, you know. So I knew for a fact something bad was gonna happen. So I'm like, hey, dude, hey, you know, I'm uncomfortable with this. He's like, no, you know, I just gave you the $100 because I want to bless Ubers, and I already did it to like 6 or 7 Ubers today, and you're my second to last. And I was like, dude, that don't make sense, you know. And I was like, you know, it's just a ride. It's, you know, just a 10-minute ride. He's like, no, we don't even need to go to the ride. I just wanted to bless you. And I was like, all right, you know, I'm not cool with it though. So out of habit, I wasn't thinking, but out of habit, I started to get out of the car because I can't smoke in the car. People complain too much. Whenever I'm stopped, I go have a cigarette. He starts fucking running at me. And then a guy in front comes around the building, is running at me, and I tear out of there. But I started the trip, like I turned it on.
Yeah.
And so he's calling me. So, but I want to go to the destination. I want to see what this destination is.
Yeah.
You got to put it in. So I want to see if it's something random or if it's something real. This guy's texting me, why'd you start the trip? I said, I started the trip to charge your credit card so the police have something to track. And he's like, you know, it's not even my car. And I'm like, I fucking knew it. It's a stolen car. Of course it is. I'm driving to this place. He's trying to talk me down. You know, so I go there. It's an industrial complex. Nothing, no human beings, like after like 7 p.m. Dark as fuck. There's one gate open. So I used to be in security, installation and alarms and gates and shit. So I deactivate the gate because I don't want that gate auto-closing on me. I drive in there, and there's one bay door open, and I pull a U-turn. My headlights go on the bay door. There's cars in there, and a couple of people fucking, you know, run to the sides, like out of my headlights. So I talked to a cop. Cop put me in touch with a detective, found the right detective. Because, like, everybody's busy. Everybody's got their own shit, especially cops. Like, people that deal with retail theft, people that don't, those cops don't care, you know, because they got a job to do. There was a detective that did have some open cases of Ubers getting snagged. And those cars in that bay door were Uber cars, and they were stolen. I was like, man, if I didn't fucking meet that guy, dude, I'd be fucked, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm like glad that I did that with that dude because he saved me. Because I wouldn't have known. I'd have let that guy get in the car.
Yep.
So, and I think about that, you know, because that shit happens. I mean, I've had the first time that I did like a long form drug deal, like not me, but the passenger, he fucking made me do it. So I told him I couldn't do it, not because of the drugs. I don't really care about that, but he didn't put in stops and things like that. So he didn't want to pay for it. So I told him I couldn't do it. He had his boy with him, and his boy, you know, grabbed my shoulder harder than anything, and he was like, "You're gonna do this for us." And I was like, "Okay, sure." I was like, I don't want this shit. Today ain't the day I want to die.
Yeah.
You know. Do you have anything? Do you have money?
No, I don't.
Do you want food or something?
If you can.
Yeah, I'll do it for you. Yeah, I mean, McDonald's is cool, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
All right, so I'll let you spend $10. I know how this shit is, dude. So just figure out what it is, and $10 and you're solid.
Hello. No, sir. Can I get the $5 meal? Sweet tea, please. McDouble, please. May I have sweet and sour, please? That'll be it.
You sure? Throw it on, dude.
No, you're good.
Okay.
That's good.
All right.
Thank you. I appreciate this.
Yeah, not a problem.
That, dude, like, you know what's crazy?
Huh?
It's right. It's exactly where I got picked up at.
No fucking way.
That's when they did sting at. Right here. I shit you not.
Wait, this is where you tried to sell the thing?
I was in that parking spot right there.
Get the fuck out of here.
I can show you. The only reason why this is the only address I knew to this side of town. It's in my Discovery, so that's how I was able to get back to this side of town.
Am I like, where are you going? Where am I taking you?
Oh no, you can drop me off here. What's it called? I'm going to these apartments right behind.
Oh, okay, but you know, okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure you know where you are.
Yeah. I shit you not. Like, it's in my Discovery saying. What's that?
That's crazy, dude. You got smokes?
I got one smoke.
Here, here's 7.
Bro, you're fucking goat, dude.
Dude, listen, something that I learned about this, like today is your, well, technically it's your good day, but your day's worse than mine today. Yeah. You know, but there will be a day that mine is worse than yours.
I'm such a giving person too.
I've been there, dude. I've been walking parking lots, picking up change just so I can smoke something. You know, like smoke cigarettes or something like that. And the thing about Uber is you never know what part of life I'm catching somebody in.
Yeah.
Bro, I've caught women that 2 days ago their husband died, just didn't wake up. You know, I've caught, you know, people just cheated. I've caught people their dad just died a few days ago, you know, or they got arrested in their I forget what it's called, but the waiting time before you got to go to jail.
Yep.
And it's their last day. Today I just caught what was her name? Anna. She was a Brazilian that she loves America. She came here on a visa. She'd been here 8 years. She applied for a green card, got into a fight with her boyfriend. She could barely speak English.
Yeah.
It was physical. The boyfriend said that she beat him. They're going to take the word of the citizen, of the American citizen.
Yep.
So she went to jail for 6 months. And because she was in jail for 6 months, she overstayed her visa. And they deported her without her being allowed to come back. And today was the last day.
If you look right, where's it at? It says, look, the hours that
Get
you
the
contact.
fuck out of here. That's crazy, dude. But yeah, so she loves this country. She was here 8 years. She had an apartment. She had a car. She had friends. Now she's forced to go back to her country. This is her worst fucking day ever. You know, it's just how Uber works.
I'm just blessed that also I got tomorrow I get to check in. I'm going to the sober living facility.
Yeah.
I got a bed there.
What was your drug of choice?
Crap.
Gotcha.
To be honest with you, and I only done it for a month. You see how far it got me.
Yeah. Oh, this happened. Yeah. Okay, I got you.
I came from Tallahassee. I've only been here for 5 months.
You clean now?
Yeah, I'm clean. Yeah. There is a motel right down the road where you could drop me off.
Yeah, that's
there.
fine. Okay. Bro, are they inventing this food? Why is this taking so fucking long?
Are they inventing this food? Yeah. My dad's not the happiest. He's a retired police officer in the military for 35 years.
Is this your first time?
Yeah.
Well, that's at least good.
You know, and thank God, and they gave me the PTI program, which is pre-trial intervention, meaning that if I finish this program, I have no felonies.
Really?
Yeah, so I got a blessing.
Well, dude, I mean, this is obvious, but don't fuck up.
Yeah, I know. That's why the sober house I'm going to is not court ordered.
Okay.
It's on my own will.
Because it's very easy to go to be down this path forever. It's using crack one more time. That's it. That's it, and it's over. You know. Unfortunately, the person that's going to care about you the most is you. It's always going to be that way.
You can only do it if you want to do it. One thing I can say, I'm not a greedy person either. Like when you said like you get $10, man, but that $5 meal I'm just blessed to be able to get that.
Yeah.
That jail food is fuck.
Yeah, I can imagine.
When I was in there, first thing I did when I became a trustee. So I was working in the kitchen doing culinary cook stuff. I got fed a little bit better because I was in culinary 10 hours a day for 6 days a week.
Yeah, I got snagged at Sam's Club by undercovers.
Really?
Yeah. So I used to steal a lot when I was a kid. I went to Palm Harbor University High School, which is a very well-off high school.
Yeah.
Very well off. It's public, so it's not like my parents had money. But if you go there, that's like the best school, high school you could go to. And I used to steal, you know, for fun, like packs of gum. I would steal 2 liters just to see if I could get them. But then people started asking me to steal stuff, so I started making money at it. I'll steal anything. A Britney Spears poster, a video game. I stole laptops from my own school, like when laptops were a thing. My brother turned me in because I was going fucking crazy. Yeah. You know, my parents would go shopping. I'd go with them, be the good kid to carry the groceries. I was stealing bikes and putting them in the fucking trunk. My parents were driving my merchandise back.
Oh my God.
So I started making a lot of money, but I couldn't save it because my parents were really good parents. I couldn't like find a way to hide it. I'd take my friends to Best Buy, spend a couple grand. We'd go to baseball games. I'd spend $1,000 on food and shit, like just being a baller. So my brother turned me in. I had to go give all this shit back to all of these stores and whatnot. And I was dry for about a year. And I was like, all right, no more. And my parents sent me to a private school, all that shit.
Yeah.
My best friend from grade school was moving to Alabama, which he didn't want to do. And we loved computer video games and whatnot. I wanted a friend of mine, not a friend of mine, a kid at school.
How you doing?
Doing good, and yourself?
Good, thank you. 591.
All right, cool. So I asked this guy at school, since he had a CD burner, I was like, hey man, how much do I have to give you for you to burn these like 70 CDs so I can give it to my best friend? He was like $2 a CD. So I was like, all right, cool. So he knew I used to steal. He took all my CDs and he said, oh, by the way, I need you to get me The Sims, some video game, and some RAM, some RAM stick to put in the computer.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, I can't do that. And he's like, well, I'm not giving you your CDs back. So, thank you.
You did what you...
So we were in a Christian school. I was there for stealing, basically.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell my parents. They'd be pissed I was burning CDs too. Yeah. And so I did it. It was rusty as fuck. And in retrospect, I fucking knew these guys were cops. They were pretending to be interested in a game that was like 10 years old. But they were acting like it was brand new and they were much older. Like nowadays, it's kind of normal for 40-year-olds to play video games.
Yeah.
Then it was not. Big dudes too. Like obviously the gym was important to them.
Yeah.
So I stole that. I stole some RAM, put it down my pants, was shopping with my mom, and right as I crossed the threshold, they grabbed me. And I was like, I don't have no shit. So I tried to resist. They put me down. And my mom's like beating on them, thinking that
it's not
they're
this
wrong.
one. No, it's not this one. It's right past this light.
So yeah, they got me. The shitty part was the booking officer was a deacon at my fucking church.
Oh my God.
I went to jail in my Christian shirt. But I will say, never again. I did not fuck around ever again. Being in jail for a little bit, I was like, this ain't for me.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir.
Arjan, it is real cool meeting you, dude.
Really
you know,
awesome.
and like I said, today is, you know, my day's better than yours, but it's gonna flip, dude.
Yes.
You know, this life doesn't like us.
At all.
Bro, I was fucked up about a year and a half ago. Real depressed and shit. I chose not to drive anymore. I got fucked up, dude. And some people close to me did some, or people not close to me did some nice things for me, and I started caring about myself and pulled myself out. So I'm like 4 months healthy now, you know, just
Dude,
grinding.
that's fucking awesome. Thank you. Dude, you really made my night.
Awesome. Well,
So much.
I'm glad I could do that, dude, and it's cool that fate had me. I'm just a random Uber.
You put me. God has his weird ways of working.
He does. He does, and that's what I feel like I'm here for, you know. So have a good night, dude. Good luck with your future.
We'll do. Thank you, man.
That was awesome. That's what I was here for.